What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. So Bitcoin is just a few $100 away from the all-time high. So we're going to be covering this obviously today. Hold on one sec. I'm just getting everything set up. Let me know in the chat. Make sure the audio is good. Let me know if the audio is good. I have a new setup right now. Not everything is perfect at the moment, but we're trading at 64,200 about. And that means we are, just percents away from the all-time high. We may, we'll see if we break all-time high during this stream. Looks like we may see some resistance, but we're so close that honestly, at any point right now, I think we could see a major breakout, a major candle up. Some sort of explosive God candle is actually quite possible here. So this is all very, very exciting stuff. And this was, pretty good day for Bitcoin overall in terms of news and events. We have the first Bitcoin futures ETF launched on the New York Stock Exchange, right? Now, we've talked a lot about a Bitcoin ETF on this channel. And this is not exactly the ETF that we were talking about, right? This is a futures ETF. The real ETF that's going to make the most difference for price-wise is going to be the spot traded ETF. This is a futures traded ETF that just deals in contracts. We're looking for the spot traded ETF. And we also got the update that Barry Silbert from Grayscale made a tweet. He said, Grayscale and New York Stock Exchange formally kicked off the process this morning to convert GBTC into the first spot-based Bitcoin ETF. So they're trying to convert GBTC into the first spot-based Bitcoin ETF. And that is really what would kick off some major moves for the Bitcoin price. Right? Not the futures traded ETF, although this will at least bring in some positive sentiment. It'll at least make people, feel like there is a spot traded ETF coming. It seems like, I guess, regulators are easing up, and it's becoming more likely that we're going to start to see integration into Wall Street overall. So this is all super positive news for Bitcoin, and it makes sense, and also this futures trading ETF launches when? Like the day that we're at the all-time high again. Interesting, right? Quite interesting. These things are not coincidences, guys. They're smart. They know when to launch products, when it's going to make them the most money, and it's all just kind of lining up. So one thing that we also discussed on my channel, let me pull up this tool here. See, yeah, we got this tool out. So we talked about on this channel the ETF, and likely it being a top signal. So what I mean by that is not that, let's say the spot traded ETF launches next week. I'm not saying that that's the top and it's over. That's absolutely not what I said in the past, and it's not what I'm saying now. I mean, an ETF is essentially a bubble signal that once we get this ETF to launch, the spot traded one, then everything above it should be considered a bubble, and we're likely going to be going back down below the starting point, right? Down below the launch point, which means that once the spot traded ETF comes into play, you should be very much considering getting out of this market, right? Even though I'm not saying like the day of, the week of, even the month of. It could be many months from now. We could be going into the first couple months of 2022 with really bullish price action. But, now is the time above 65,000. Well, we're almost there. To really consider, how are you going to get out of this market, guys, right? How are you going to scale out? What is your plan? What are your targets? Because if you don't have a plan, then your plan is to fail, right? If you don't have a plan, your plan is to fail. Let me pull up something that I said on Twitter that I think is extremely important. I'm going to pull this up real quick for all you guys. I'm hoping that I'm hoping all the audio is good. I have a new setup right now, so I'm just kind of just putting faith that this is all working. So something really important that I said on Twitter that I just feel like repeating here, and this is like the big topic right now. When is Bitcoin going to top out? What price should you sell? Are we going to hit 100K, 200K, 300K, a million? Right? Like people have all of their guesses. And it's like, okay, you should probably, again, this is not financial advice, of course, do whatever you want, but scaling out, getting out of the market at multiple levels, because you never know where the top is going to be, and you're probably going to be wrong. So scaling out at certain targets along the way is probably the smartest move. And then some people think, but what if it goes higher? But what if I sell and it goes way higher? what I said on Twitter was you shouldn't be afraid of not making as much as you could have. You should be 10 times more afraid of not making any gains at all. Set realistic price targets, realistic expectations, and stick to your plan. Right? That's so important, guys. So important. It's not about how much you could make. It's about how much you may not make at all, right? So you got to set those targets, and you got to be realistic, right? I know, like I've even I on my channel have talked about some crazy targets, like the Fibonacci extension fractal from 2017, from high to low. We run up to the 2618 on the log scale fibs, and that would send us to 350,000 if it played out again. And yeah, I mean, it's possible. That would probably be the highest we go, 350K, right? But the point is like, let's say you sell at 180 or 200K and then it goes to 350. I mean, of course, you're only scaling out, but it's not about how much you could have made. It's about how much you may not make at all, right? You should be 10 times more afraid of not making any gains. So yeah, there's that message, that important message. Even though we're going to be hype and we're all excited, definitely, rein in your emotions, right? Because all the funds out there, all the professional traders, they're going to be selling in the 6-digit range. I mean, I think it's likely that we're going to get there. A lot of people are still saying like, oh, we're never going to get to 100. We're going to top out at 80K. I've heard this like 1,000 times or something like that. I think that what's more likely is that we will probably punch up to a 6-digit target, right? Maybe like in the hundreds of thousands, or sorry, in the 100K range, right? Punch up to a 100K target, find a top, and at that point, let's say it's 180K, right? If we hit 180K, I feel like a lot of people are going to think that we're going to go higher. We're going to go to 200. If we get above 100K and we touch 180K, a lot of people are going to think we're going to go higher. We're going to go to 200. But the top could come in there, right? And everyone's expecting more or something like that. And those who aren't scaling out along the way don't make any gains, right? And that's really the point of this. So, just trying to be realistic here, guys. So just get your plan, get prepared. What do we got going on in the chat? I think I've missed some super chats already. Guys, smash the like button. We have 450 people watching. We should have 400 likes at this point. Guys, comment in the chat, what are your ultimate top peak price targets for Bitcoin? End of bull run targets. Make a comment in the chat right now and I'll take a look. So I think I missed a super chat. Brett Wagner. Been on this roller coaster since early 2016, and Kev, your vids tend to be the most straightforward and clear of all the videos. Brett, I appreciate that a lot, and I recognize your name. You've been here. You're here for most of the streams. So I appreciate that, Brett, for being a regular viewer, and that $5 tip, much appreciated. Craig Neve is in the chat, an OG of the channel. We got CryptoDog here as well. All the OGs are here. Wow, we got a lot. Oh my God, we got a lot of people commenting their price targets. Wow, this is insane. 118K, 750K, a million. I mean, you can't get any more separated than that. What do we see the most of? We see a lot of 150Ks, a lot of 150s, a lot of 250s. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm looking at these comments, what you guys think the end of bull run target is going to be, and it's evenly spread between 80K and like 350K or like 500K. Everyone has a different idea. Everyone's got a different idea. And that's, that actually makes me feel better that everyone's putting out all different kinds of stuff, because it kind of just means that there's no real straightforward consensus, which makes the future much more open. Julio, you coming with a 2. Julio, also an OG of the channel. Can you do more macro T on Chainlink? Yes, I can. I think I did that on a not too recent or a recent video, but we can pull it up in this stream as well. Success Inevitable says, Kev, can you share the 3 peaks in a domed house? Yes, we can talk about that. So Bitcoin's currently, where are we at, guys? Let's take a look. We are at 64. Just above 64, which means we are just, right under that. We're what? $900 away from the all-time high. And $900 at these levels really is nothing, right? The crazy thing is that At this point, you know, if we get a breakout, a $10,000 move is a 15.5% move. $10,000 swing. I mean, that could happen in a couple days. You know, that kind of stuff is coming, guys. Are you ready for that? Are you prepared? Again, nothing is guaranteed, but I'm just, you know, it's looking really likely that we're about to break out. But, you know, $10,000 days. Are you prepared for that? $10,000 in a day, up and down. Up and down, guys. We're going to see some crazy stuff. Some crazy stuff. Johnny G says, is now a good time to pick up altcoins? Well, you know, if you have an altcoin that, if there's an altcoin that you like, and it's like in a nice consolidation or it's down, yeah, probably. I mean, probably. Though we're going to have a little bit of a Bitcoin season here, I think, first, you know, as we break out. It's kind of like, if you guys remember what happened when we broke 20K. If you guys remember, if you were there, Bitcoin just like stole all the thunder from the market. Altcoins didn't really do much on the initial breakout. And then after Bitcoin got this consolidation, then the altcoins just went crazy. And that's probably what we'll see again. Bitcoin rips up. Altcoins are just kind of sitting back in awe watching Bitcoin. And then we kind of maybe consolidate back to the all-time high. And then you'll see an everything season. So after the breakout, consolidation retest, which is likely, I think, you know, upon that next parabolic advance, right above that, that's when everything season kicks in. And everything season is a real thing. Everything season, it's when there's a true crypto bull market and everything starts going up. Everything is moving, right? That is a real thing. It happens in every major crypto bull run, everything season. That's my favorite season. It's the best. Because I'm more of a macro trader, long-term person, so I don't really flip between altcoins and Bitcoin. I mean, sometimes if I take profit on an alt, I'll send it into, you know, I'll buy more Bitcoin with it. But generally, I'm holding for long periods of time. So everything season is nice for that, right? Because you don't have to, you're not like flipping between stuff. Though no matter what, you know, there's some people that are super aggressive out there and they just go from Bitcoin to alts, like back and forth. I mean, for me, no matter what, I always have Bitcoin. Always got to have Bitcoin. Right? And there's a lot of people right now that are just sitting on altcoins and they don't have any Bitcoin and they're like really disappointed. And it's like, you forgot the golden rule. The golden rule is always have Bitcoin exposure, right? I don't make the rules. Don't blame me. Always have some Bitcoin. It's just such a good safety net, guys. So somebody else was asking about the 3 peaks in a domed house. Oh yeah, first of all, let's look at this one. This is interesting. So the volume analysis, I guess I'm blocking this, aren't I? So interestingly enough, we have a kind of like a little bit of a volume signature fractal from 2013. It's a little bit different, but it's quite similar. And it's similar for anything that's consolidating, gearing up for a breakout. You know, you have this all-time high in 2013. The volume is on a decline, though the average volume was moving up, right? The volume was on a bit of a decline. And then once we broke out for real, then we had this massive increase in volume. And we're currently in a similar spot, though the average volume isn't going up, and that could be due to supply shock, right? Less supply on the market, but the volume is in a major decline as we're consolidating, as we're gearing up for this all-time high break. And once it happens, I mean, there's going to be some major volume levels coming in after that, guys. What do we got? So, yeah, we can talk about this as well. Let me look at chat first. So the 3 peaks in a domed house, if we break out right now, it may not be as valid as it seemed like it was going to be. But we're generally following my prediction. Now remember, guys, I made this 3 peaks in a domed house prediction back in June of this year when we were sitting all the way down here, sitting at that 30,000 level. People thought I was crazy. They were like, Kev, how could you be bullish right now? How dare you be bullish? And guys, historically in Bitcoin history, when you drop 55%, it's usually a good idea to be bullish, right? It's usually a good idea to be bullish. And people were saying, Kevin, how dare you be bullish? But this played out really well so far. And you know, we're basically going along with it, though we never got that, we never really got this sideways consolidation. That is if we break out now. We never got that little sideways action first. But generally, I mean, we're kind of still following the model, though it might not be a 3 peaks in a domed house per se, you know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Let's take a look at chat real quick. I've missed a lot. Looking at chat. I guess we can look at Bitcoin dominance. Oh, somebody asked me about. Oh yeah, we're gonna look at Chainlink as well. There's a few other things I gotta look at. I think the total market cap chart is looking quite good. This is the crypto total. Hold on. Crypto total market cap is sitting in a really nice spot here. I think we actually touched an all-time high already. Check it out. Looking at the crypto total market cap, we actually did just touch new all-time highs today. We wicked up there, guys. So for the total crypto market value as a whole, we're already hitting all-time highs. We're already wicking into the all-time high level, and you can see that demand is just there, right? That demand is just there. So this is awesome to see already. That's awesome to see. And what can we expect for the total? I think I have some targets here for the total, just using the fibs. I think 5 to 7 trillion for the total is likely. Using those fibs, I mean, you would look for like a medium term of 3.5 trillion, and then ultimately, I think it's going to be 5 to 7. I just think that, you know, as an educated guess, 5 to 7 trillion would be very likely. I mean, that's probably where we're going to end up going if we do get this nice bullish breakout in continuation. Those are the market cap targets for the total, 5 to 7 trill, anywhere from the 2618 to the 4236, right? So this is just another thing you can be looking at, you know, as time goes on. If and when we do break out, things are looking really good. You know, as we start to get to these higher level market caps, I mean, that's when you would want to be like, okay, this is where I need to be thinking about taking profit. You know, how much higher can we really go from there? Let's take a look at chats. KB says we are all gonna effing make it, bros. I think so too. Guys, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel if you're new. Gang Lamech says, great dead cat bounce. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think this is a dead cat bounce, guys. I mean, we're about to break the all-time high. Usually on a dead cat bounce, if you take your fibs from high to low, usually a dead cat bounce will top out at the 786 fib, right? You'll come down, you'll rally up to the 786, right? Get that lower high and reject. But now we're well above that, right? What's like a good example? There's probably previous examples of exactly that taking place. Like, let's go to 2019 and see, what did we hit? Did we hit the 786? Yeah, literally right there. Look at 2019. Exactly that. You rip down and you rally up to the 786 and get a quick rejection, right? That's a dead cat bounce, right? Right now we're like at the all-time high. I mean, it just doesn't seem like a dead cat bounce at all anymore. This is great structure, right? I mean, there's no like immediate rejections. There's no crazy wicks. It's looking like there's a lot of demand. It's looking quite good. Also, very important chart that I need to pull up over here, and then I'll bring it over, from William Clemente, one of the top leading on-chain analysts right now in the space. Crazy that he's like 19 or 20 years old. Absolutely wild. He's doing a great job right now. And he's showing us here the long-term holder supply shock ratio at the highest it's ever been. And he says the next few months are going to be wild. And I agree with his sentiment, right? We're getting ready for that. Look at this, guys. The long-term holders supply shock ratio is at an all-time high. Look at that right there. We are at the all-time high. A new all-time high for the supply shock ratio. And I think it's absolutely incredible because when, like, look in the past over here. When were we at the previous new all-time high? Right here. We were sitting at the bottom of the bear market. The long-term holders were sitting on very high allocation, right? And over here as well, right? So when you see long-term holders at these high levels, we're like near low points usually. And think about this. We're sitting here after this major run from 10K to 65K, a 55% correction, and the long-term holders, the whales out there are saying, hey, I'm confident. I'm going to buy a lot of Bitcoin. And now we're at an all-time high for long-term holders holdings, right? So, I mean, like that's like when you're looking for a top in a market, the long-term holders are exiting, scaling out. Look at this over here. I mean, this data is just the truth, right? On-chain analysis is just truth, right? So like you're looking at this area here, long-term holders were dumping all the way into the all-time high. They were selling heavily into the all-time high. Once you start to see this curl over and come down, usually that means the price action is going to accelerate faster and faster to the upside, just like here to here, right? So as it's curling over and going down, that's really bullish, right? That means the long-term holders are saying, okay, the price is going higher. I feel good about selling here. Usually that lasts for a long time. And then once you get to those really lower levels for long-term holding allocation, like down here, maybe we'll follow like a trend like this or something. All long-term holders are exiting. I mean, yeah, that down there, that's probably near the top. But we're like at a perfect accumulation point. All the whales are saying I'm confident. And, we have massive inflation, all this stuff going on. Massive people want Bitcoin. I mean, it's just the best option, really. Let's take a look at chats. 850 people. Definitely smash that like button if you're enjoying the content. Someone says, do you believe Bitcoin will replace the dollar as the world reserve currency in 10 years? Probably not, because the banks are just going to do it themselves. So they'll just create a digital dollar, right? They're not going to give it up to Bitcoin. I mean, they will die before they let that happen. Booch for Stooch for coming up with the 5. He says, man, you're going to do more live streams. Love your work. Thanks for your strength at 29. Yeah, man, I appreciate you tipping as well. Yeah, I mean, usually I'm like a seasonal streamer, right? If things are going really well or really bad, right? Super bullish or super bearish, I usually do a lot more streams, right? Like in 2018 when we were crashing, I was streaming all the time. And now that we're going to be pumping, probably going to start streaming again. I haven't been streaming. I mean, guys, I'm not going to stream during like this stuff. Like where we're just like going up and down. Like I don't really care about this. Right, so it's just like we're below the all-time high, set a new low. It's just like okay, let's I'll stream when we're doing something more. I like doing videos as well. So I'm oh, yeah, you guys got to watch the new Bitcoin meme movie, the Genesis, a Bitcoin movie featuring Tron the movie. It's on my channel. It's my last post I made. It's a really, really fun video. Umit says, I bought in the 30s after your video. That's awesome. So you bought right there. Perfect, right? Yeah, on this channel, we had very strong conviction of this being the bottom, right? And the current trailer on my channel, well, maybe it's not because I'm live right now, but the trailer, when you get on my channel, it's the 3 peaks in a domed house video. When we're sitting, like, we're curling back over, like we're dumping back down here. And I was saying that, this is likely the bottom. And we're likely going to see, market structure coming, going right back up to the all-time highs. And some people did buy upon that call, and that's awesome. Glad you guys got in, accumulated good levels. JB says your new videos rock. I appreciate that. Mike CL says it's time for FOMO. I mean, it is for the institutions. Us crypto people have been, I'm positioned. I don't need to FOMO into anything. I'm good to go. I'm set. I'm set for life-changing wealth. So I mean, that's just that. I mean, and of course, like we work hard for it, guys. It's not a joke. Like, I mean, how many years did we spend, in the shit down here, right? A lot. We spent a lot of time, having conviction. I mean, how many people do you remember said down here, we're never going to hit a new all-time high, right? People said that Bitcoin's never going to hit a new all-time high. They were saying that all the time. Look where we are now. We're headed for 100. We're headed for 100, guys. What do you think about Plan B's stock to flow? I think it's still valid. I mean, I don't know about like in 10 years what it's going to look like anymore, but I mean, this cycle it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of just like doing what we did in 2017. I mean, like if you're looking at it like this, like we had a section where we exited on these parameters where we kind of exited the stock to flow channel. We kind of came up below. It seemed like we were lagging behind, but then we just ripped straight up, right? And it's same thing going on here. We came up below, kind of exited the stock to flow channel, and I think we're just probably going to rip straight up. Maybe not all the way up to 350, though it's possible, right? Like areas of interest are like 180K, 250K, and if we're going to do really well, we'll, just like over here, how we came up above the channel, 350,000 would be like the maximum, probably the max. I don't think we're going to go higher than that. And then it makes sense because at that point, wherever we top out at that point, we're just going to, be consolidating at a higher level before the next halving, right? So one final run up until we wait for the halving makes sense to me. I mean, and if, in the bear market, expect that we will probably come back to these levels or lower, right? If you don't sell, you don't make any money until 4 years or whatever. So you got to be, you want to be scaling out, not financial advice, and then reaccumulating at the lows. A lot of people have these like fantasies where they're like, oh, Bitcoin's just never going to dump ever again. We're just going to go up forever. And we're no more bear markets. It's like, I mean, those are the narratives that get you wrecked and that make you poor, right? I mean, imagine if like there was like a Wall Street fund that was like, oh, Bitcoin's just, if there was like an employee there that just said Bitcoin's never going to go down again. I mean, they'd be like, all right, get your stuff. Get out of here. Like, come on, guys. We know that crypto's savage. We know it's going to be the bears are going to be absolutely savage in the bear market. It's going to be horrible unless you're shorting. Guys, the plan for the bear market is lend stable coins and short shit coins. So you want to be looking for venues where you can short Doge, Shiba, all the crap. You want to short the crap. Right? So like The Big Short, the movie The Big Short, what did they do? They found crap and they shorted it. Well, we're going to have the exact same scenario here in the crypto market. When we get up to a high point, look for shit and short it, right? Sorry for my language, but just to get the point across, I think it works. What are we doing for Ethereum here? We're in the consolidation on the daily. We're pretty much at this downward sloping resistance now. So, pretty much just waiting for Bitcoin's permission as well. ETH is asleep. Well, I mean, it's kind of, yeah, I guess. I actually thought that Ethereum was going to break into the all-time high before Bitcoin. But right now, it doesn't look like it. Right now, it does not look like that. It looks like Bitcoin's going to be first, actually. It's right there. So Ethereum is actually going to be lagging, I guess. We might have like a little bit of a slow breakout for ETH, while Bitcoin's breaking out. And then some of the value after Bitcoin rips will then like trickle down into Ethereum. And then we'll see ETH rip harder a little bit later. Something like that is probably likely. Guys, almost 1,000 people watching. Smash that like button and subscribe if you're new. Guys, do you think Bitcoin will hit 100,000 before the end of the year? Go into the chat and hit 1 for yes and 2 for no. Let's see what you guys think. So here's the long-term channel. Here's the channel line. A lot of my regular viewers have heard me talk about this 1,000 times, but it's important for maybe anybody who didn't. This is the log scale channel from 2013 to where we are now. And what you can see is that in this channel, inside the channel, this blue line is the heart line, the midline of the channel. And we consistently get rejection, support, right? Support, rejection, rejection, rejection. When does it become support? You know, it's probably after we rip above 100K, finds you know, a high, come back, test it again as support, and then dump lower. Once we hit that line, and if we do find a top and then bounce off of it, again, this is all just theoretical. None of this has to happen, okay, right? Nothing's guaranteed. This is just, you know, what my prediction, I guess. You know, that's going to be bear market. Basically, like, we make a top. If we hit the blue line, the midline, you could expect a dead cat bounce in a lower high, while all the retail FOMOers will say we're going to 1 million, and then we break down, right? So after hitting the midline, dead cat bounce, it'd be a great area to, you know, look to short and then down. But anyway, above this midline is you know, your profit zone. You got to be selling. You want to be selling, guys, above the blue line. So if we do rip above 100K, that's the big, you know, alert to be looking to exit at some point. Hey, God PT says, screw you, Kevin. I should be sleeping right now, but I'm stuck learning from you. Well, learning is good. You'll learn right before you sleep. What coins would one still buy if they were buying? Okay, I have a, you know, again, you know, nothing is financial advice. Nothing is guaranteed. I do have an altcoin pick that I'm quite confident in right now that I'll share with you guys that I think is in a great spot. I mean, you're basically going to be getting in probably right before the breakout. And that coin is KuCoin. I think that this is just a solid overall coin, right? The KuCoin exchange, most of you guys have probably used KuCoin. This token is what, right below the 100 ranking on CoinGecko, I think. Let's go type in KCS, KuCoin. It is currently ranked 102. The market cap is 1 billion, just over $1 billion. So it's not a low cap, but it's like in between there in mid cap, right? So it's $1 billion. It's ranked 102. KuCoin has a lot of token listings, right? You know how Binance is like getting banned and stuff in certain places? Well, KuCoin is sort of replacing it in a lot of ways with the fact that it's always listing these exotic altcoins, kind of like Binance. And it's like a mini Binance. And I think KCS is like a mini BNB. I don't think it'll do what Binance Coin did, but it's like I think it could do it in a small way. And even if it does what BNB did in a small way, that's pretty big, right? That's kind of how I see it. They also have a blockchain surrounding the token, right? And KCS will be used as gas for the KCC chain. And currently, from even just the technicals, right? Not even the fundamentals, not even the fact that they have, you know, an exchange with billions of dollars flowing around. I mean, the technicals, look at this. It's just like perfect symmetrical triangle. You know, it's looking like, you know, an all-time high break is probably going to happen. I mean, this is just a good setup. I mean, it's just looking like a good setup overall. It's kind of just like staring me in the face. And I actually didn't even buy that far away from here. I don't even think I'm up all that much yet on KuCoin, KCS. I'm currently up by 25%. On KCS. So I've been kind of accumulating in this consolidation. I did not have it previously. I do have it now, and I think it's going to do some pretty epic moves, most likely, right? You know, your targets are sitting, you know, 45, 70, like it'd be at the minimum, that is. I think KCS being top 50, quite likely. Let's see, what is Bitcoin doing? We are so close right now. Oh yeah, I asked you guys in the chat, do you think that Bitcoin's going to go to 100K this year? Click 1 for yes, 2 for no. It looks pretty split, actually. It looks like most people think yes. Looks like 60-40. Maybe like 70-30? 70-30 or something? Seems like that's what the split is. I need to get like a real poll vote website or something. But yeah, you know, I also see a lot of people. Here's the interesting thing about the psychology of the market, and sort of like a lot of people are saying right now, oh, everyone's bullish. Doesn't that mean we're going to be bearish? And it's like there are times when that strategy is good, where that type of counter strategy is actually very effective, and that's in the place that's most effective, right? Counter trading the sentiment is actually in a bear market, right? So most people didn't think we were in a bear market in 2018, and if you say you did, you're probably lying. Though on this channel we were calling it since January 25th of 2018, the first video. But anyway, my point here is, in a bear market, you know, when the price hits a low and bounces, everyone's bullish at the top. And then if you say, oh, everyone's really bullish right now, I'm going to take that as a counter trade. Well, the overall direction is now down, right? Generally, right? There's a lot more selling interest. People are sitting on a lot of profit. Okay, so it bounces, everyone's bullish. You're going to be counter trading that? Perfect. It bounces, everyone's bullish. You're going to be counter trading that? Perfect. That's because the general sentiment is down. In a bull market, it's a little bit different, guys. It's a little bit different because, you know, it'd be like, it's actually the opposite. We dump, everyone's bearish. Okay, let's buy. It's kind of like the opposite, because right now the general direction is what? Up, right? So you want to be going with the general direction, right? Don't be going against the general direction until you have a good reason to go against the general direction, right? So if everyone's bullish right now, does that mean we're just going to dump? Probably not, actually, because, you know, when you're in the middle of a bull market, sometimes the market actually goes with the general sentiment, right? Bull markets last a long time. I mean, people were super bullish for like, more than a year. And what did we do? We just kept going up, 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 up until we just got completely overextended, right? We had this parabolic trend line and we cracked it, right? So, you know, right now I think, you know, being bullish on the dips is the right move. Clearly. I mean, we literally had, you know, dip buy opportunity after dip buy after dip buy, though of course anywhere above here you were down. On your first major dip, that was even a buy. Literally the day of hitting this 30,000, that was a buy too. So, you know, the dip buying season is here, right? So if we dipped down again to like 50, I mean, that's probably a great buy. DK says this live is actually fun to watch. The others are just sitting there. I mean, streaming is pretty hard, guys. It's pretty hard. Like it's a little bit exhausting, right? People think, oh, you're just a streamer. It's like, man, you kind of have to like entertain people the whole time. You have to like keep talking about stuff. It is kind of exhausting. After even like an hour or two, I'm like sitting there like, oh man. There was a time when I did a 10-hour live stream during the 2018 bear market. 10 hours, guys. Imagine that. That was wild. I don't know how I did it. Though I think someone sent me like $1,000, and so there, you know, it paid off. But did we make all-time high? No, I mean my stream is a little bit clickbait. I'll admit it. We didn't actually hit the all-time high yet, but we're literally like sitting at it though. We're like right there. We're like, you know, just a few $100 away. It's so close. What is our percentage? We're exactly 1% off the all-time high, guys. Exactly 1%. 1% away. So another thing that you know, if you're in my Patreon in the VIP chat, we do Sunday weekly close chats where at the Sunday weekly close, we hop in voice chat, share ideas. We were talking about how already, you know, these weekly candle closes here, we already broke out in terms of the weekly close structure. it's already, we've already been in a breakout. We have all-time highs on the weekly close, right? That was an all-time high weekly close right there. So we've already broken out on the weekly structure, and now we're just sitting inside of a wick, guys. Just a wick. That's it. Just a wick. That's like usually doesn't act as much resistance. It's the closes that usually give you the most trouble, right? Hold on, I have an issue here. Oh, there we go. I have this new screen brush tool, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Sorry, I gotta fix something real quick. Okay. So we're currently trading at 64,350, just a single percent away. And I mean, it could really happen at any moment. This could really happen at any moment. Let's go to the daily again. Here we are. I feel like it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. What do we got going on in chats? When should we take Ethereum profit at Bitcoin 100K or Bitcoin goes down after all-time high? I mean, Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to probably top out generally around the same period. Generally, there could be a difference. There could be. But, I mean, I guess, what did we see in 2017 as a reference? Well, this Ethereum looks really nice here. It's just like coiled up, ready to go. This is what I call a power pattern, which is not even a real term, but it's my own personal term. When you see this like slightly upward sloping, even though, you know, usually it's like it looks like a rising wedge, but when you're really bullish, I mean, these types of patterns are awesome. So when did we top out? January of 2018. January 12th of 2018 for Ethereum. So it was right after Bitcoin. All-time high. Whoops. Looking at Bitcoin, you know, that was like December 15th. Right there. December 6th, December 15th. And then Ethereum, January 12th. So yeah, I mean, like, essentially, Ethereum had a final pump after Bitcoin in 2017. So this is somebody's question. And yeah, I mean, we go from $725 to like $1,500, $1,400, right? I mean, yeah, that is a huge swing there, especially if you were buying lower. I mean, that final move is a difference between 730% and 1,500% or so. You know, but that's also the other thing. I just want to repeat myself again and say that, you know, let's say, you know, you buy Ethereum, or let's just say as an example, this is the current run. You bought Ethereum at $45 and it runs up and you're sitting on this awesome gains, and then it pumps to 700 and you're like, all right, you know, I got a lot of gains. I'm just going to exit here, take the profits, secure the win, right? Get the W, you take the profits, and then it rips again. And you're like, oh my God, I could have made more. I mean, it's not important. It's just not important, guys. If you've made the gains, then you've made the gains. And I'm just going to repeat myself once again, because this is so important for all of you guys, especially all the new people. You have to hear this. You shouldn't be afraid of not making as much as you could have. You should be 10 times more afraid of not making any gains at all, right? So you gotta stick to your plan. You gotta take the profits whenever you think it's right. See, how do you play this bull run to get the best? I mean, how do you play this bull run, guys? You know, it's all about your own personal strategy, right? How do you play this bull run? All right, well, I mean, me and everybody in Patreon, like all of us, like all the people, like I guess like my crew, you could say, like we've been here for a while. For most of us, some of them were new, but like, I mean, we were buying in March. Like, I mean, that was really the big moment was you know, your portfolio dropped 70% in like a couple of weeks. And if you're a diehard crypto person, you kind of just said, you know what? All right, I'm down like 70%. My entire portfolio is wrecked. The only thing I can do is just go in even harder at this low. It's the only thing you could do, and that's what I did. I went in super hard. So now I'm sitting pretty, and I'm just going to be riding this long term, kind of just have more of a hands-off approach, kind of. Though, you know, one thing that I might do, that I'm thinking about doing is, you know, you guys know I'm not somebody that I don't promote leverage trading. I don't really do that much leverage trading. I only do it when I feel like it's necessary and it could actually provide some sort of value or use, and it just seems necessary or really like a good tool. You know, I'm not doing this all the time, right? So I'm not trading leverage all the time. But this is what I just want to say. And if you're a noob, don't do this. Let's say, let's say we rip up to 124,000, right? The 2618 is my first target. If I take profit at that zone, right, the first portion of my profits, not all of them, it's just a percentage, my first target. If I take profits there and then we dump, what could I do? I could take out like 5 or 10% of the profits and then put it into a leveraged long at a low point. Wait for us to be oversold on the daily, then dive into the 4-hour chart, look for bullish divergence, take a leverage long with that profit, a small percentage of it, put it on leverage, so I'm risking less, right? You can use leverage to risk. You can use leverage to decrease your risk. If you have a $10,000 account, don't trade with the 10,000. Take out $500 and put that on leverage. Now you're taking less risk, right? So that's kind of what I would do. Take a small percentage of profits, maybe take a leverage long at a low point, right? You know, taking profits, leverage long, and then, you know, then I'm riding a nice leverage position back up or something like that. But I'm also taking the profit out at 124K and putting it aside and saying, okay, I'm paying myself here, but I'm going to take out a small portion and leverage long the low so that, you know, I'm kind of like making up for that money being taken out. If you get what I'm saying. And then you can kind of do that on the way up, though it's an advanced strategy. Of course, all the people out there that are professional traders, it's pretty standard. But I'm saying, like, for a noob, it's a pretty advanced thing to do. So be careful. Don't just be thinking that you're you know, Jordan Belfort over there or something. Just be careful. What do you think of buying the dips in the bull markets with leverage? Well, I kind of just explained that. So again, let me just explain one more time. My first target's 124,000. Okay, I sell, I take profits, a large, you know, like 25% of everything, or at least the Bitcoin. Okay, we're probably going to go higher, right? But, you know, I want to make sure I put that, you know, cash in the bank. Okay, cool. Then I take a small portion of that on the dip and take a leverage long to try to ride that up. Now I'm risking less. I've made money, and now I'm leveraging into the market with a small amount to sort of gain back the value that I'm not using. Or, you know, I guess that's the best way I can explain it, if you guys see what I'm saying. Fiesta Boy says, what kind of risk management do you use for leverage trades? I mean, that all depends on, you know, it's all situational. I mean, you could set rules for yourself. You're only allowed to lose a certain amount of money or a certain percentage, right? So you could say, I'm only allowed to lose 3% on every trade. So you never let your stop loss go lower than that. You're always just going to lose that amount, right? Because another thing for all you noobs out there, a lot of you will just think about, how much can I make? How much can I make? It's like, no. How much can you lose? That's what you should be looking at. If I take this risk, how much could I lose, and then manage that risk, right? That's really like you want to sort of flip that around. I'm going to buy this altcoin. How much could I make? 10x, 100x. Okay, how much could you lose? That should also be on the radar, guys. Do you expect altcoins to dip as Bitcoin goes up? So basically, like kind of, I mean, the last all-time high break we had. Hold on, let's take a look. I'm gonna pull up this toolbar. There we go. The last all-time high break at 20,000. This is just from memory. I think my memory served me right. We break 20K, and then when Bitcoin was ripping above 20,000 initially, altcoins kind of just stalled or went down. So the money sort of left altcoins just a little bit. The altcoins were like sliding right here, like as Bitcoin was ripping. And then once Bitcoin consolidated, then alt season like truly started, and they went crazy. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Oh yeah, people were asking about Chainlink. Let's see. Sorry, I think I just blinded 1,000 people right there. My bad. Maybe I think it's the Binance chart that I have this on. Sorry, you got blinded again. Oh wait, this is a new setup, so I don't have it anymore. But the Chainlink chart, I think we're just riding this macro channel. Whoops. So, I mean, really, you would be this would probably be a good area of accumulation for Chainlink. Though, you know, you want to see a break of the resistance here. If you're looking for confirmation, you'd first look for this breakout. So first of all, macro trend Chainlink, a beautiful upward sloping channel that we just ping pong up, down, top, bottom, just ping pong, ping pong. Every time you break the all-time high, you usually rip to the top of the channel, break the all-time high, rip to the top of the channel. And we're currently here. So if you're looking for like an entry or something for Chainlink, we're in a nice consolidation. Price is squeezing. If Bitcoin breaks out, Ethereum breaks out, then Chainlink would look to break out. And upon the back test confirmation, you could be looking for an entry, right? So, and then possibly at that point, if we are going to follow this sort of all-time high break, top of the channel pattern, you'd probably be looking for, you know, anywhere from $120 to $250 Chainlink, somewhere around there. It really just depends on how fast the acceleration of the bull run is. But it could be like an average of $200 possibly, right? If we're just following the top of this channel line, possibly 200, right? So yeah, I mean, we're at a good consolidation, a nice squeeze, and we'll see if we get that breakout confirmation. But of course, we have to wait for Bitcoin and Ethereum to really do it here. ABCXYZ says, why are you not on Instagram? I'd like to contact you for business there. Well, I have like 1,000 Instagram impersonators. So there's like so many fake accounts. Guys, huge disclaimer. I will never, ever message you, right? I just won't. I'm just not going to do it. It's not because I don't like you. I'm just not going to message you. So if you ever get a message from me, it's not me. Okay? It's just not me. And it never will be me unless it's like, yeah, I'm not going to ask you for anything, right? I just had to put that as bluntly as I possibly could. Right? Never send anybody crypto in a messenger. Like, you're going to get scammed. Like that. I just don't understand how people are still falling for that. It's just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing that people still get scammed in that way. It's like, wow. The scam bots are prolific on YouTube. It's unbelievable. It's like a full-time job. I'm just sitting there like deleting scam comments, deleting. It's like insane. Absolutely insane. Gabor, I never answered you. I mean, guys, I can't. There's a lot of comments. I'm going to miss your comment. You either got to tag me so my name lights up or send like a $1 tip so I definitely see it. Like, right? If you really want to, if it's that important, because I'm going to miss your comments, guys. Somebody's asking, what do I think the top targets will be? I mean, there's, okay. Oh yeah. Forgot about this. We still haven't looked at this yet. Very interesting cycle chart analysis here. So we have Bitcoin cycle metrics with price targets, performance since the halving and performance since the market top. Performance since the halving right here. I mean, this is actually quite close, you know, like if we were going to follow this down trajectory, we're pretty damn close to 2017. We're like right there, just behind, just below, but pretty damn close. Right, so this is the since halving chart with the downward sloping resistance, right? And if you're looking at there, epoch 1, bull run 1, bull run 2, bull run 3, bull run 4, current one, right? Okay, an interesting downward sloping trajectory, and then this suggests that that comes in roughly at 150. So that is scenario one, right, of this particular analysis, right? This is all just observation, right? It's not a call. I'm just showing you data, right? And then performance since the last market cycle top. This is an interesting chart. Again, this is the first bull run here. This is the second bull run, and this is 2017 with 2021 bull run. And these 2017 and 2021 are like super close, right? Way closer together than any previous bull run in terms of performance. And if you're looking, this one suggests 250,000 based on this downward sloping resistance, right? The way that it curves. This one suggests 250,000. And that's an interesting thing to look at. So, you know, a couple different things, 150K, 250K, and then, you know, this crazy fractal, the Fibonacci fractal says 350K. I mean, this is why you take profits along the way. You want to be exiting, scaling out, not just looking for one particular price and then saying, I'm going to sell exactly there because that's exactly where we're going to go. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So you want to be getting out, you know, like scaling out, right? At some sort of system, have some sort of plan. And again, if we go higher than the point that you're selling, it's okay. You'll survive. Where are my moon glasses? I don't even know. Oh wait, these ones? These are the wait. I think this is what you're talking about. I'm not actually going to wear them right now, but cyborg glasses. How's that? Would you guys still watch me if I just wore these in every video? What do we see? A lot of questions in chat. Guys, I definitely won't be able to get to all your questions. Why is there no volume? Because we're about to, once you get the breakout, that's really where the volume is, right? Let's look at so let's go to the weekly, maybe 3-day or like a 3-day. So, I mean, when you're looking at the Coinbase volume here, we're like pretty consistent. I mean, like you had these level, like a 20K peak break. We're like sitting at an average volume over here. We're definitely below that average volume, but it's consistent, right? We're like maintaining pretty consistent volume, though it is, of course, is a slight decline in the peaks. But, you know, average volume is maintaining a pretty good consistency as we're moving to the all-time high. And then once you get the real breakout, right, once we punch up, you know, if we punch up, of course, not guaranteed, you know, then you're going to see major volume spikes coming in, right? Major spikes leading with the breakout. I mean, what happened here? I mean, people were saying this too, like down here, like we're coming up to 20,000. Like, oh, why isn't the volume high? And it's like, well, once you break out, you kind of that's when you're going to be looking for that. The breakout is usually the area of most volume activity. And also, again, this volume fractal, though the average volume was higher in 2013, right? Or I mean, you know, comparatively, but still, I think once you get the breakout, right, that's when the volume comes in. I don't know what the Bitcoin spiral chart is. I have no idea what that means. Maybe I forget. I don't think I've ever heard of it. No idea. Oh yeah, we didn't even look at Bitcoin dominance yet. I feel like I have a video discussing from months ago, discussing almost like that. Or maybe I was talking about one move up and down again. I guess we're getting a double bounce. Looks interesting. Actually, let's look at the RSI. I'm not even sure if you can use the RSI on this. I mean, I guess you can. I guess why not, right? Well, if we did, I wonder where dominance is going to top out, because then you would have bearish divergence there, and that would be good for the altcoins, right? I mean, that's what you want. Guys, we have over 1,000 people watching. Thank you guys all for joining, tuning in. Hope you guys are having a good time today. Definitely smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. We got another couple tips actually from Rid. I don't want to butcher your name. Rigoberto Chavez. Kevin, what are your thoughts on VRA? I'm not sure what that is. VRA. Wait, I do know what that is. I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm not sure. Do we have it up right now? VRA. Let me just look, because I think someone asked me about that a couple days ago. Oh yeah, I haven't seen this in a while. There's just too many coins for me to see the like. I mean, it looks fine. It looks like it's breaking out. What else did someone say? Emilio coming with 100 MX. I'm not sure what is that currency? Top coins for this month. Top coins for this month. That's difficult. I'm not sure what to say there. I mean, Bitcoin with the all-time high break. Bitcoin is going to be the top coin of the month. I mean, this is like Bitcoin season right here. I don't really know what to say for top coins of the month, though. Interestingly enough, Polygon, Matic, there was like a moment when it had more users than Ethereum Layer 1. Not too long ago, because of OpenSea and NFT trading. So there was more users on it not too long ago than Ethereum. So I think that this is probably, I mean, fundamentally it's looking great. So probably be a good performer moving into the end of the last major multi-month pump phase. You know, if we get it, I mean, Polygon's probably going to do well. I mean, we called this in Patreon at 4 cents. That was a great one. Oh yeah, and also I was mentioning one of my I think KuCoin token is looking really good. KCS. I think this one's going to probably do pretty well. It'll probably be a top exchange token fairly soon over the next few months. Probably. Again, it's all just a guess. It's all just a guess, right? So do your own research, guys, because this is not financial advice. Jerry says, what are your altcoin holdings? Guys, I do have a public portfolio available for my Patreon supporters. So all the people that support me in Patreon, I do have a portfolio in there that they get to track. Rob Taylor says, can you take a quick look at RLC? Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do the Bitcoin pairs right now. Can't look at all the alts just yet. Though another good thing is that right now on the weekly chart, we're not even in overbought territory. We're still sitting here below the 70 level. And if you noticed, if you guys remember, I mean, right there, when we broke 12,500, right, this is the 2019 peak. When we broke 12,500 and went from 12,500, right there, to 65,000 in almost one swoop, we entered overbought territory there at 12,500, and we remained overbought all the way up, right? So, you know, once we get overbought, I mean, that's kind of like, that's almost like a green light, sort of like a starting signal that, okay, now the run's going to start, because we're going to get overbought again if we break out, right? Because I mean, maybe we consolidate here or something, who knows, before the breakout, and that would go great for the 3 peaks in the domed house model. But once we're overbought, that's like the starting point, that's the green light, and then you know, we're breaking out, and we'll probably remain overbought for months. This market is extremely momentum based, guys. So that's kind of why this happens. John coming with the 2, bro. You looked over my $5 tip earlier. Did I? I don't even see it. I don't know what your message means. I'm not sure what it means. Like I don't understand that. SPRCT reconfirm. I'm not sure what that means. I apologize. I wish I did. Do I think L2 projects will perform well? Yeah, I do. What am I looking at? I mean, I have Solana, of course. Avalanche is going to do well, I think. Oh, also, Moon River, I think, is going to be probably going to do well. I mean, now I'm kind of just going down a list, but thoughts on Engine Coin? I think it's going to be great, guys. I mean, when it comes to gaming tokens, Engine is the go-to. It's the #1 NFT issuance token, I believe, unless something has taken it over. But Engine fundamentally is great. Teams working hard, always having updates. Probably going to do good. Berserker says coming up with €5 says just join Patreon. A few peanuts a month for life-changing gains. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on. I mean, it's $50 a month. Just depends. I mean, if you're somebody with a small account, maybe not, but bro, I just sent $5 super chat before regarding what makes for confirmation of a bull trend. What makes for confirmation of a bull trend? I mean, consistent. I mean, that's actually a good question. How would I answer that? What makes for confirmation of a bull trend? I mean, I would just say market structure, probably. You want to be looking for healthy market structure. And good reaccumulation on the dips, right? So like I mean, you have a consistent, like, so 2017 bull market right before it, consistent upward sloping trend. So before the bull run really kicked off, we just had a nice upward sloping channel, higher lows. I mean, you're basically like, you know, bouncing off the low, hitting the top of the channel, right? Breaking into new all-time highs, hitting the top of the channel, and then you're going from the top of the channel back to the previous high, and you're flipping it into support. So previous resistance becomes new support. You're maintaining a channel. You're maintaining an upward sloping trend. We break the all-time high. We dip. Bounce off of what? The previous all-time high. Look. So like it's more, I would say, I guess, it's market structure. And then especially when you're breaking out above the all-time high, I mean, you're going parabolic, you're maintaining a parabolic trend line, right? You're flipping previous resistance into new support. Look at that. Previous resistance, new support, all the way up. That's the kind of stuff you would, I mean, that's like bull market confirmation, really. This time it's a little bit different though. But one thing here that was very obvious to me, at least, was that, you know, previous 42K resistance, more resistance here after the dump. What did we do? We broke out and we came back and flipped it into new support. Bang. Bull market confirmation, kind of, yeah. And then if we break out again and we hit a nice upside target, and then what do we want to do? Once again, flip that previous resistance into new support, bull market confirmation. So there you go. It's really about, I would say it's probably about market structure. Now, there's no one right way to analyze. There are wrong ways to analyze. Somebody else would say it's based on indicators. Somebody else would say it's based on on-chain or whatever. Whatever. Everyone has a different opinion, but simplest answer is market structure, previous resistance, new support, holding macro trend lines, holding upward sloping channels, maintaining parabolic trend lines, that kind of a thing. Pretty easy approach too. Hope that answers your question. Did we touch the new all-time high? Well, we did. So my stream title is definitely clickbait, but technically it's not totally wrong because we did touch new all-time highs for the total crypto market cap. So there you go. I'm not totally lying. We did it. No, I thought there was a good chance that maybe we would break out, which it totally could still happen. We're kind of just sitting here. We're so close. We're like a percent away. Hey, Rab Money, what's up, dude? I'm going to add you as a mod here. I don't know why you're not already. Just looking at chat. Good save, Kev. Yeah, right. We did hit an all-time high for the total. So history is being made. Oh yeah, we were talking about 8x a few weeks ago, or a month ago, or two ago, sitting at $1, which is great for my 10-cent entry and my 20-cent buy call that I did on my channel and Twitter. So if you took the call, then you're up. Now, if you FOMO'd in after the call, I can't help you, but I'm still holding it. And I think that maybe we're in a position, we're in like a nice consolidation, squeezing. And if the Cardano ecosystem sees growth, I would expect 8x to see at least another major all-time high break of some kind at some point. But we will see. There are risks. It's only listed on one exchange. There are claims of shady activity, so take it as your own risk. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to probably do good. Arab Money says infrastructure tokens / projects. Well, yeah, you know, that's the thing, actually. So we are getting to a point now where there is a lot more usability in crypto, right? A lot more usability, utility, gaming, streaming, all those kinds of coins, right? So that's all great. But the actual crux, the infrastructure of the whole ecosystem is still being constructed. So you want to find where are the building blocks, right? And those are the coins with the most value, like Polygon, that it's clearly providing great infrastructure for a lot of things. And there were insane gains made from that. So you want to be looking for the building blocks, the infrastructure, new good layer ones, interoperability, scalability tokens, like all that stuff is really where you'd probably want to be looking. Chris from Dubai coming up with the 50 euros once again. Chris from Dubai sends me 50 euros every single stream. So I appreciate you, Chris. Thank you very much. I think Chris is the top tipper now of the stream. But yeah, infrastructure, interoperability, scalability, right? If you can find the coins that are going to be the key points for all of those sectors, I mean, that's like where you're going to make the most. So it's not easy. It's definitely not an easy task. It's a little bit of a crapshoot. It's a little bit of like and for altcoins, I kind of take like a shotgun spread approach where I'm like, okay, I'm going to, put money into a bunch of these potential ones. And then if something starts doing well and it's clearly doing well, I'll just like add it on the next consolidation after the pump or something like that. It's kind of like what I did with Matic. What did we do for? It was like, yeah, I had no idea that Polygon was going to be as big as it is now, but basically I kind of like was buying a lot of stuff back then, and then it broke 4 cents and it was doing really well. And then on this consolidation right here, right there, I, figured, I was like, the market was actually dumping, right? So the market was dumping there, but this was not dumping, right? It was stable while the market was dumping at this point, right? There was a time when Bitcoin was dumping and Polygon was just going sideways. And I thought, wow, that's really strong. So I just added more. But it's really hard to know ahead of time, right? It's hard to know ahead of time what altcoins are going to be the top. Just looking at chat. Yeah, guys, we're kind of stalling out a little bit. Of course, we're sitting right at 64,000. Anything can happen at any time. Anything can happen at any time. Just sitting right by the all-time high. Now, I'll tell you something. If Bitcoin, just theoretically, because I think I'm gonna end the stream soon. But before I go, if we do get rejection here, right, and we test that previous, again, bull market structure, we come back, we hit that new support. Let's say, as low as 53,000. Now people are gonna be like, oh my God, Kevin's calling 53. No. It's just like, I don't care. I'm a long-term investor, macro trader. I don't care about any of this. I literally don't care about what happens here. I literally could care less. So like, if we do come back to like 53, bears are gonna say it's over. It's a dead cat bounce, but we're just going to flip previous resistance into new support, get a nice sideways consolidation, and then rip. The more consolidating we do here, the stronger the breakout is, right? And then it would be a perfect 3 peaks in a domed house, right? So I'm almost hoping at this point that we do this. That'd be so. That would be like, that would make my June prediction like perfect. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, so yeah, short term, we'll see. I'm going to end the stream. How long have I been streaming for? About an hour and a half, almost. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Smash the like button. Subscribe on your way out. And if we do break out, I'll probably just go live. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, if we don't break out, we do see a pullback. Expect something along these lines. A little consolidation before the breakout. Gear up for the all-time high. But again, we're sitting right here. So to be honest, guys, it's just like anything can happen. We could just see a candle pop in at any time and we just pump, right? It's like at this point, really, we'll see. But either way, I'm extremely bullish. All-time highs are imminent. It could be minutes away. It could be hours away. It could be days away or a week away. But I think it's coming very, very soon. The structure just looks really good, guys. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.